Here's the story. You allow your 1-year-old baby to stay at her father's house with his new pregnant girlfriend. In the middle of the night, you get a call to come to the hospital because something is wrong. Your pregnant baby father's girlfriend punched your daughter in the stomach repeatedly, crushing her pancreas and lacerating her liver until she died. To add insult to injury, she only did 7 years in prison and names her child after yours. Trappin Anonymous.
Amari. My daughter's name is Amaya. She named her son Amari. I'm so hurt. And I'm broken. This shit destroyed me. It destroyed me. It destroyed me so bad. I'm still trying to figure out my life.
What's good? My name is Chris Dowds, Trappin Anonymous. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for everybody helping keeping the movement moving. We really do appreciate you. If you have a story, you sitting at home, you watching, week after week, and you think that your story should be told, if your voice needs to be heard, please do not hesitate to contact me, email me, DM me. I will reply. That's how we get everybody up on this show. These stories are so important, to our community. I just ask that we continue to handle it with care, and remember that the stories that you hear, they do reflect real life. They're here to inform, educate, and keep your little homie off the streets. My name is Chris Dowds. This is Trappin Anonymous. Let's get it. I forgot to pray. Father God, thank you for bringing us here and in this place. We just ask that these voices and these stories, they just touch the right ears. They're not used for any exploitative means and gains, but to teach and to heal and to serve our community. Amen. All right. Your name and why do you think your story is important?
My name is Elisa, and I think my story is important because I want to keep my daughter, Ahmya Brown, memory alive.
Okay. Bring me to the day you found out about this tragedy.
So it was August 14th, 2007, and I got a phone call from her father, and her father called me and told me, like, Lise, the baby not breathing. I'm not taking him serious. I'm thinking, I don't know why. I just didn't want to believe, that wasn't true. He put the nurse on the phone. The nurse said, we need some information from you. So that right there made me know that it wasn't no game. So, I'm sitting in there, I'm screaming, and these people come up there, they help me. They take me to the hospital, to where my daughter was at in East Orange General, and East Orange. So I get there. For some apparent reason, I had already felt like my daughter was gone. I felt like a mother intuition. I just felt like she was gone. I don't know why. I just felt like when I got there, it was going to be some bad news. I get in the room. My daughter got all these machines on her, tubes and everything. And she just laying there with her eyes closed. And I leave out the room because I didn't want to keep seeing her laying like that or whatever. And the doctor come out and he pronounced her dead. But before that, I seen his girlfriend there, which is the girl that was watching her that day. The girl that was watching her that day, I go and ask her, I say, what happened? She just shaking her head. I'm like, what happened? Shaking her head. The girl that he left the baby with was his girlfriend, right? Ended up beating her to death. I knew that in my heart that, somebody did something to my baby, you know what I'm saying? Because she said the baby ate gummy bears and choked off the gummy bears, and she died off of that. I said, nah, she didn't die. I said, no way. I'm like, look, somebody did something to my baby. He's telling me, no, you can't say that. I said, I'm going to say what I want to say. I know somebody did something to my baby. Now, at the time, before he took her to the hospital, the girl was watching Amaya or whatever. He said he had left her with her while he went to work. Mind you, he was supposed to bring her back home to me that day. This was the day she was supposed to come back home. He said when he came back home from work, Amaya was like really weak, and he asked her if she wants some juice, and she like no, like in a low voice, and he like asked him what's wrong with the baby, and she ain't saying nothing. When he took her to the hospital, that's when she died at the hospital. Before I got the call or whatever. So come to find out, she beat my daughter so bad she crushed her pancreas and lacerated her liver. And at the time, I'm telling him, I'm like, the night of that happened, I'm like, yo, she did this. He like, no, she didn't. No, she didn't. I said, I guarantee you, when they find out she did it, they gonna know that she did it. Nah. I talked to the prosecutor a couple of days later, and the prosecutor said, do you know LaToya Davis? I said, yeah, I do. He said, well, that's who did what she did to the baby. She said she lacerated her liver and crushed her pancreas. It was more injuries to it because they told my mother that when we get her gown and stuff, because she was bruised from head to toe. She had a bruise on her forehead when I came to the funeral. She was all messed up. My daughter was my complexion. I didn't even know who my daughter was in that casket. It was like somebody different in that casket.
How old was she?
She was 1.5. She was about to be 2 in September. Prior to that, the girl called me, right? I'm thinking we cool. I ain't had nothing against the girl. I had no issue with this girl. Never had an argument with this girl. I'm thinking we okay. We was planning a birthday party for her. Because I was going to have a birthday party for her when she was 2 years old. Because she was asking me, did I see him? I'm like, no, I haven't seen him. She was like, did I talk to him? So we talked about the birthday party. I thought the whole time that we was okay. I didn't. Like, that was my first time really having a conversation with me because she called me that day. I don't know how she got, maybe from his phone or whatever, but I thought we was okay. I seen her one day. He dropped the baby off or was picking the baby up from our dad's house and she was with him. But she was like, had like this bland look on her face. She really ain't say too much to me. But when she called me, we was planning a baby, the birthday. And I just don't understand why she did what she did.
So I read the transcript of the court, and it said that she had violently punched her in the chest 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
One, a child so young, and we have our own ways of disciplining our children. Maybe you might pop the child or, hey, straighten up, you know what I mean? But if it's a full gauge, just cock back, punch repeatedly a 1-year-old, is brutal. It's brutal. I can't imagine that sort of violence to a child. What was her reason for doing that?
She said she wouldn't stay still. She wouldn't allow her to do her hair.
Most 1-year-olds don't sit still and let you do their hair. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I can't understand how that is like the straw that breaks the camel's back. You know what I mean? What happens in court?
Go to court. She got a lawyer. First she had a public defender. In the beginning, the prosecutor told me they're gonna offer her like 17 years. I was okay with that. Cause that's that's a good amount of time to do, right? As time go on, she get a lawyer. She get a plea. She get a plea bargain.
What was the plea?
For manslaughter. It was supposed to be 10 years. She only, because she did 2 years already, she wound up only doing, I think, like, because they had gave her the 8.5, so she, yeah, probably like 6, 8 years altogether, 6 years maybe in there. It
6
wasn't
years.
that, it wasn't that long, because when she went in there, she was like 21. She came out when she was like 31 or 32.
It's about 10 years. She did.
Maybe I could say altogether probably, because she, mind you, they had gave her time served for them 2 years. But they also was saying that, I was like, let's take it to trial. Let's take it to trial. Because she going to lose, because she is, it's plenty of evidence of her. She's there with the baby. Who else did it? She wasn't with nobody else.
Yeah. I read that she got a little under 6 years altogether.
Yeah,
A little
yeah.
under 6. And for the life of a child, the life of anyone, that just sounds. What was their reason for letting her off?
She was pregnant when she went in there. She was pregnant. They said, because it said in the article too, she was pregnant and she was frustrated. So this was the reason why.
I mean, you've been pregnant before. You know what it's like, I guess, with a baby, your hormones. Is there any grace or leniency when it comes to that?
I've been pregnant 3 times. And I never would do nothing like that. I would never do nothing like that. I would never.
So we also talking about y'all's relationship. Was this like a woman he had been cheating on you with? Was this sort of like somebody that was there while y'all were together?
No, you know what? He worked at the DIFUS building, so
What's DIFUS?
family child services. That he was a DIFUS worker, so he met her there. So I think it was after I had the baby. No matter of fact, it was probably, yeah, after I had the baby, he started going with her. But he didn't know this girl. He didn't know her.
Right.
He didn't know her.
So I guess what I'm lending towards is there was no beef between y'all. There was no, oh, I hate this baby mama.
I never had an issue with this girl.
Did she have kids already?
She had a daughter, and I did not know that she didn't even have her daughter.
She didn't have custody of her daughter.
Nope, she didn't have her daughter. Nope, the grandmother was raising the daughter. So I found all this out after the baby died.
Did you, in your spirit, ever have any problems with her watching your child, doing her hair, stuff like that? Or was it always just like, okay, I understand this is the woman that you're with, it's cool, it is what it is?
I had in my, I don't know why I would tell him, listen, be careful who you leaving the baby with, right? Because the baby had her hair tight one time, and I told him, I said, why is the baby hair so tight? It was tight, like extremely tight for you to do somebody hair like that. I told him. He didn't want to listen. I don't know what he thought, but I told him. He didn't want to listen to me.
Was there like a sort of a disposition about himself when it came to you? Was there like an angriness? Were y'all on bad terms, or did y'all have sort of a good co-parenting situation?
We was okay sometimes. Sometimes we was okay. We argue. We used to argue, but sometimes we was okay. We got better, you know, as the baby was growing. So
And how did he feel about the passing of Amaya?
he was hurt. He was hurt. He was hurt. I went to him. I was with him after the baby died. I felt like he needed me when after the baby died. He got custody of her baby after she had her baby.
Were y'all intimate again?
No, we wasn't.
Where is he now?
He passed away.
How?
I don't know the story about that, but from what I understand, they said that he just passed out.
And how long after the passing of y'all child did this happen?
It was some years. He died around a pandemic.
Okay.
He died around a pandemic. Yep.
Oh, man. 5 years for murder.
I don't know. This shit destroyed me. It destroyed me. It destroyed me so bad. I'm still trying to figure out my life. I'm still trying to figure out what happened to my daughter. I'm still trying to get answers. And I ain't got none. He died. And I felt like I was so hurt when he died because of that reason. Who do I talk to besides him? Because he the closest one. Who do I go to? Because I was still wanted to have a conversation with him about my daughter. I did. I really want to know because I know he know when he left the house, it wasn't right. What happened? And I didn't get that chance.
And this is almost 20 years ago. It's almost 20 years ago. And it still feels like...
It still feel like yesterday. It still feel like yesterday. I'm so hurt. And I'm broken. I just don't understand how somebody can do something like this. So,
Did she ever apologize? Was there any type of conversation? I know she said there was a gummy worm story that ended up being a lie, obviously. But was there any conversation? Is there any...
I never had a conversation with her after that.
No sorry, no...
No sorry. Her family was so mean to me. Listen, I get it. That's your family. But what about, as a mother, put yourself in my shoes. Put yourself where I'm at right now. That's somebody I can never get back. I wouldn't want that for my worst enemy. And they wanted to fight. They was mad at me. I didn't put your sister in that situation. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even know who she was.
Do you forgive her?
Nope. I don't forgive her. You want me to tell you how I really feel about her? I hate her. I hate that bitch. I hate her. That's something that I can't forgive. I'm sorry. I can't, and I know they say forgiveness is the best thing you should do. I hate that bitch. She took my baby. She took something else. She ain't God. She don't decide. Can't decide whether she who life she want to take. I hate her. She could have dropped off at the police station. She could have did anything with the baby that day, other than beat my baby to death the way she did. That shit did something to me. That shit put me in a situation where, yo, like, really, girl, you really did some shit like this, and you come to court laughing with your family, like, girl.
What do you think would happen if you saw her?
I think that we gonna fight. I prayed to God and asked God that I don't want to cross her path because I gotta. You don't want to be put in a situation either. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't want to be anything could happen in that situation, but I can't just. You did that to my daughter, and I'm supposed to just let that shit ride like that?
Yeah.
Hell no.
I mean, I can look you in your eyes and I just know that, this has been eating you alive for so long. A part of you has to move on. A part of you has to heal. A part of you has to forgive.
I'm
And I know not how you feel. I know how difficult it is to have something on your spirit for so long and have it eat away at you for so much time. I mean, even you told me you reached out to so many different platforms to tell your story. And I really do, before God, I feel like He brought you here for a reason. Part of that reason is to help lift this off of your chest. And I do believe forgiveness is that only way so that you could move on.
I know, because I haven't, and I try to move on. But I'm gonna tell you this, right? I was honored that God put her in my life. I was honored that God let me feel a love from somebody that He even chose me to be her mother. I was honored for that. I swear, just for that little bit of time. I thank God and I thank you, God, for even allowing me to let her be with me, because that was unconditional love right there. That baby loved me. That baby loved me so much that it was just different. I say that all the time. Thank you, God, for even allowing me to meet someone that pure and put that baby in my life.
Yeah, they say God uses babes, children, to really show us the beauty of all of this. Something really weird happened after she gave birth. She names her son after your daughter.
Amari. My daughter's name is Amaya. She named her son Amari. Now, listen, yeah, I know it's just a name, but she could have named her son after the father, Rashawn. That was his first son. Why not do that? I'm like, she fucking with me or she just crazy? Another smack in the face, right? I only got this little bit of time. I'ma smack her again. Another spitting in my face again. He should have changed his name. He should have never allowed for that baby to be named Amari. Just to give me some grace. Because what about me? What about my child? No, you should have changed that baby name.
I know forgiveness is in your heart, though. I'm going to tell you why. Because when Amari was born, you helped Rashawn with the kid.
I was there with him. I held that baby.
What did holding that baby mean to you?
My heart wouldn't allow him. It meant that my heart, first of all, my heart wouldn't allow me to have no mouth, no mean spirit to the baby. I just loved it when, it really didn't mean, it just meant that I couldn't be that type of person because she did what she did to my daughter. I felt like this baby don't have nothing to do with it. Just like my baby was innocent, he innocent too.
What was your relationship with Rashawn like? Was it tumultuous? Was it fighting? Was it domestic violence?
We didn't get along when I was pregnant. Nah.
Were y'all together before you got pregnant, or
We was together for a little while. I met him in the Dyfus building, so that's where I met him at.
And so y'all were together. How long would you say before you got
Like
pregnant?
a year.
A year.
Not that long.
Okay.
Because he ended up dating somebody else, not her, somebody else.
Okay. And y'all fall out. Was there any abuse in the relationship? Was there any fighting? Was there any...
We fought, I'm saying, like, as far as like verbally, but like him putting his hands on me, nah, he never beat me or nothing like that. But we had ended up going to court for joint custody and doing that because we couldn't get along on. I'm like, no, because the baby's still little. I didn't really want the baby going with him because the baby was still young. But they end up giving him joint custody, and we got joint custody. So.
And what was What has been your relationship like with men?
It wasn't good. My relationship with men, so I had 3 different baby fathers, right? You know, 2 of my baby fathers just didn't do nothing for my daughters. So this is why when I met Rashawn, right? I was happy. I'm like, damn, he a diapers worker. I scored. Like, you know what I mean? I got pregnant. I'm like, finally, I got somebody that's reliable, that's gonna take care of the baby, that's gonna do for my daughter. You know what I'm saying? I didn't care that we weren't together. To be honest with you, it didn't matter to me because I felt like he was gonna be there for his daughter. You understand what I'm saying? So that didn't matter to me. All it mattered was him doing for his daughter. We co-parenting. No matter how it was gonna work, we was gonna make it work for the baby.
I hate to say it too, right? But like, your standards were so low.
They were.
Your standards were so low. And for you to only want that and for that to be the result, my heart breaks for you.
I know.
How'd you grow up?
I grew up with my mother and my father. It was dysfunctional. Listen, I love my father because, he good to me, but the alcohol was not good for him. Him and alcohol ain't get along. He would beat my mother ass, and we watched that.
How bad?
He whoops her ass. I remember he hit her with a table, a leg, and he beat her with a table leg, and we in there screaming. We had to run out of there. I had to run out because my aunt had lived around the corner from us at this time. Go get my aunt. We'd hold the door so he won't get in the house. The alcohol, he was bad to my mother. He was good to me. I'm saying as I grew up as a little girl, he did make sure I was good. But my mother, he wasn't. My mother went through a lot with him. I mean, I guess she probably wanted to keep him near to keep us together. I don't know, but I don't think that growing up in some shit like that is okay. Because as I grew up, I thought that was okay to do, scream, yell, being dysfunctional. I thought that shit. I didn't have that guidance. So no, this is how you're supposed to be. No, I learned that. That's what I learned growing up, screaming and yelling.
Was there any abuse to you?
Yeah, it was. My uncle molested me. My brother molested me. Yeah. He molested me. Let me see, probably, I want to say like I was like 6, 7, because probably like in the 4th grade, I start realizing that shit wasn't good. That right there wasn't good.
What was he doing to you?
He was giving me oral, eating my pussy. We watched pornography. And with that, I'm saying, right, you a little girl, right?
How old were you?
It started probably was like 6, 7.
And how old was he?
I don't know. Right? He probably had to be in his 20 something, maybe 30s. As a little girl, right? That take your innocence away.
Yeah.
Because you only know that. You only know what you being taught by somebody else. So I thought that was okay. Being fast, I thought that was okay. I thought that made me fucking niggas, that was okay. Yeah.
What did that do to you in relationships? What did that do to you with choosing a partner? How did your
I
trauma...
always made wrong decisions as I'm choosing partners. I don't think I made the right decision on choosing no partner. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I don't think I made no right decision. As far as when it came down to my kids, because, when you got kids, you're supposed to find somebody good that's going to help you raise your kids, not that shit that I had.
How old are you now?
I'm 45.
Do you feel like You're getting the hang of it?
What you mean by that?
With men, with relationships, with motherhood, with...
Yeah, I feel like that because me and my, like, that played the big part. That played the big part with me and my daughter. Me and my daughter, my oldest daughter, one, get along, but we used to fight. Me and my daughter, my oldest daughter, we ain't get along. It's a little bit better now,
Yeah.
but we ain't get along. I don't know what grudge she got against me. What maybe because when I had my daughter, my first daughter, maybe she felt the most things that happened. Me living from place to place, me having to leave at her grandmother's house, me being kicked out, and I did the best I can. So I left her with her grandma. Her grandmother was awesome. Oh, I'm telling you, her grandmother was a great grandmother. Her father ain't want to help me. So I was just like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
How old is she now?
She 28. So it was like, yeah, we fought. We ain't had no good relationship. I pray and hope that we coming along a little bit, you know, but it's like I stand with me and her.
Yeah. If you could talk to Amaya now, what were some things that you would say to her?
I wish it was a phone in heaven. I could call her. I swear. I would tell her how much I love her. And I'm so sorry that this happened to her. I'm sorry that I ain't protect her. That I ain't protect her. I feel like I ain't protect her. That I wasn't there to help her. I know it ain't my fault, but damn, you just sit up here and you wonder, like, what the fuck? Like, why I had to just let her go that day? I want to tell her that I'm so sorry and I love you so much. And like I told her that I wasn't never going to let up off her and I was going to keep on and keep on with her name. Because that right here ain't never going to go away. I can't. I'm sorry, Maya. I'm so sorry. I swear to God, I'm so sorry that this happened to you. I'm sorry you couldn't live a life with me and let me raise you and just be this with me and the family. Just be with us.
What's something you would tell your younger self?
That I should have made right decisions. But when you come from things that I come from, it's hard to make them decisions. It's hard. You being molested as a little motherfucking kid. You think that shit okay? To be out here, you know, promiscuous. You looking at your mother and your father, they fighting, they just going off. And you thinking your mind don't be right. That shit be scrambled. So it's just like you just meeting any motherfucking body to at least get that love. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for somebody to love me. To love me. To give me that love. I never really had a hug even after Maya died. Nobody gave me a hug. Nobody said to me, and my mother, nobody said to me and held me. That's for free. And tell me that, girl, you won't be all right, or just hug me or let me cry. I had to go back home where my daughter took her first steps at and go. I didn't even have time to grieve. So my younger self, I think I'm not going to say regrets, but if I was taught a little bit better, I probably would have it probably would have been better for me.
Any advice you would tell a young mom that, I guess, single, raising a kid?
I would tell her to believe what's in front of you. Because when somebody turn their back, you don't know how they are. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, especially when it come down to your kids. Because once that shit is gone, you can't get that back. I would tell her to don't think that whether if it's a guy, because you got men out here raising kids too. Don't trust it. To always be aware of, you know what I mean, whoever you with. Because that person, you don't know these people. You could be one way in front of me, and then the next minute you could just be this evil, malicious ass person.
This is Trappin Anonymous. My name is Chris Styles. Let's get it. Get a hug? Said nobody hugged you. Good job. I'm proud of you.
You're welcome.